WGPR Detroit HD2.
You're watching WHPS, Highland Park, Detroit. The views and opinions expressed on the following show are not necessarily the views and opinions of WHPS, its affiliates, management, or sponsors.
You wouldn't have to go anywhere because this is the Talk Beat Jones. This is the Talk Beat Jones. I am Billy E. Jones, and welcome and thank you for being with us and want to make you feel good today. I mean, I feel real wonderful, and just love is in the air all around us, all day, all day. Make it your motto. Love is here. Love is here. Family, we're going around the world, and we want to thank you for joining us. And remember, what can we say? It's the Talk Beat Jones time. It's time for you to take your beat, your time to talk on the Talk Beat Jones. Let's see if we have someone already ready before I go on to all the things about. Remember, every Wednesday from 10 to 11, you have the Talk Beat Jones. And I want to reach out early and say to my father, thank you, Daddy, for taking time to bless me and talk to me and straighten my head out, get my head right. I want to thank you and love you, Dad. Love my family, my personal family, as well as the family out there, because this is your program. This is the program that you can share your love, share your thoughts. We reach all around the world so that you too can share what's going on with you. Let me check the telephone and see if I have someone that's already here. Family, are you there? Caller?
Good morning.
Oh, good morning. Oh, you sound so good. See, when you start everything off with a positive, wonderful love, come in the door, Tim, give me a hug, and we just feel good, and everything is just wonderful. So let me do this. Let's hear who we have on the line, and let's hear about what's going on with you. Who do we have?
Good morning. This is Stacy.
Ooh, Stacy. What's your whole name, Stacy? Because, folks
Stacey
back home will hear you.
Stacy Hogue.
Stacy Hogue. Are you the lady that sent me a picture that showed my daughter smiling with you?
Yes, sir.
Well, when you see her again, give her a hug for Daddy, okay?
I sure will.
Okay. Now, Stacy, tell us a little bit about you. I don't know a lot about you. I just see things that you put out. And so give me some history. And I'd like to know a little bit about the legacy of your family there in Oakland.
Yeah, well, I was going to say I'm from Oakland, California.
Mm-hmm.
And I am a book author, non-surgical hair replacement specialist. I am the founder of the Sharon Breast Cancer Foundation in memory of my mother. And I am still running our family business of 75 years.
75 years? Wow. Okay. And what type of business is that?
That is a hair salon.
What type of business is that?
A hair salon.
A hair salon. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, a hair salon.
Yes.
Was that kind of rare, or is that? Tell me about the people, the women or the men that was doing hair care back in the day, because, for it to survive, and you still doing that in the shop?
Yes, I like how you said that. Hair care.
Yes.
Gone are those days now.
Okay.
So my grandmother, she was licensed in 1946.
Mm-hmm.
My grandfather took the basement of their home they bought
Mm-hmm.
and turned it into a salon.
Okay.
there, she became a pole weaver.
Mm-hmm.
She was a hair care
Now,
expert.
what is a pole weaver?
Pole weaving is it was a system where you would, instead of braiding a track to sew hair on,
Mm-hmm.
you would make a track out of thread
Wow.
and hair.
Wow.
And she would sew that hair onto the pole weft. Mm-hmm.
That's a different art, isn't it?
Very. And then I took it the next step further and went into hair replacement, non-surgical.
Now, where were you trained in that art?
In Beverly Hills and in Glendale, California.
Mm-hmm.
I worked at the hair club for men.
The where?
Hair club for men.
Wow, that's big time.
Yes. Yeah, it's a big corporation.
Mm-hmm. So
I was trained there.
Mm-hmm.
And I worked there in Los Angeles for about 6 years.
Wow.
And then I started my own practice.
Okay. So why don't you take it from there and talk about what you need to talk about or what you want to talk about? Because I can tell you this, that at some point we're going to talk about your love for fitness as well. But you got so many loves and so many things you do so great. So I don't know where to. I'll let you just hit it, okay?
Okay. You know, it's so funny because when you're multi-talented, you really have to home in to who you are. And God has blessed me with many gifts and many talents. And I use them all.
You are also a comedian. You are a motivation type person.
Yes.
You give people salutations, etc. You do it all, and some people do things and they're like rookies at it, or people do it and it's like, okay, they could take it to the next level, they could be better, but you, front door, but you, everything that you put out is just awesome.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much.
Yes. So what would you like to speak on first today? Because we're going to have you back many times.
Well, I'd like to speak, we started out, I'd like to speak on legacy.
Please do.
My legacy, my foundation, which was, again, my grandparents moving to California from Louisiana.
Front door?
They
Sorry.
both had a 5th grade education,
Mm-hmm.
came to California and made good for themselves.
Okay.
When they left properties, they left money.
Okay. Mm.
And so I'm speaking to generational wealth.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now.
Okay.
How we can still thrive after Big Mama and Papa die.
But what happens is that many times when you come and you have those things that's gifted to you, people let them drop. They spend the money. They don't pick up the art of the skills that should have been passed on to them, and they end up busted.
Yes, which is financial literacy.
Mm-hmm.
I tell people we press for people to get life insurance so that we can leave generational wealth and last final cost, right?
Yes.
But if we don't teach financial literacy, you might as well blow your policy up. Because your family is going to lose the money.
Okay.
They're going to spend it on frivolous things.
Okay.
Cars, TVs, vacations.
So you can't just say, oh, my little pretty children or my beautiful children or my handsome children, I'm going to set this thing up. I'm working hard to leave this for them. But they're out there doing their thing, but they'll learn as time goes on, or later on they may mature and understand. But they're not giving them the training. They're not giving them the background. Is that somewhat what you're speaking on?
That is exactly what I'm speaking on.
Mm-hmm.
That is exactly it.
So
if you don't leave the people that you're leaving the inheritance to financially literate, they're going to blow the money. Mm-hmm. History has shown us. Big Mama died.
Mm-hmm.
They split the money for $250,000 or $300,000.
Mm-hmm.
A year later, no one has money.
No one has money.
No.
So
But
what
what
did
I
you
did
do?
with our family property,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry?
No, go right ahead. You hit the question I was about to ask you.
Oh, so what I did with my family property on both sides, I buried my parents
Mm-hmm.
and I buried my parents' parents.
Mm-hmm.
So my inheritance on both sides of the family, my dad's side, mom's side, came directly to me
Okay.
and my sisters.
Yes.
I took my portion of our money and I invested $80,000 into our West Oakland property,
Mm-hmm.
revised it,
Mm-hmm.
revised our salon.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I now make $30,000 a year from Airbnb upstairs. That was just last year
Now wait. Now,
in the midst of a pandemic.
now for those who don't understand, because remember, we're going around the world, and there are people who are learning the language, are learning the conversations, and sometimes they have to pick out words and have to be shown. When you use that, what is that, A and B?
Airbnb,
Yes.
that is a vacation rental.
Mm-hmm.
So I turned the home into a vacation rental,
Okay.
invested the money to bring it up, and turned it into a vacation rental. I now make residual income of $3,500 a month.
I'm sorry? You say what? Wait, say it again.
I basically make $3,500 a month off of our vacation rental home. So I took $80,000, invested it into the family property,
Okay.
and now we make money.
Now you make money, and you're wherever you are, but you don't worry because your property there is making you money. And now you
In
also
my sleep.
and now what are you doing for yourself as well? Applying what skills are you applying to continue?
To continue the business,
Whatever it is that you
I
do.
don't think I understand.
Okay. My question is, when you wake up in the morning, are you doing hair? Are you doing what? What are you doing?
Oh, well, I do work part-time. God
Mhm.
has blessed me with the income that I've invested that I don't really do hair every day anymore.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I used to work day in and day out.
Mm-hmm.
That was how I bought my home and everything like that. But now
Mm-hmm.
I'm able to take on the clientele that I want. So I work 3 days a week.
Okay.
Hmm.
And you're still a young woman,
Yes.
having a wonderful
God.
life. So this is why I see you just everywhere, just doing all types of things, just having a wonderful, great life. But you share your life with people. You inspire people with your life and the things that you're doing. Is that somewhat true?
It is true. I like to share my life and be transparent with my life
Mm-hmm.
to help others. When people look at me now and see, like yourself, me living the life that I want, it wasn't always like that.
Yes.
And so I'm very transparent so that I can show people that it is possible.
Mm-hmm.
Your life can change in a twinkling of an eye, but you have to be the one
Yes. Yes.
to decide to make the change.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, I'm anxious. And I'll tell you why I'm anxious. You wrote a song. You wrote a song called "Let It Burn" or "Burn." What is that?
Burn it.
Burn it.
Burn it.
Tell us a little bit about this song that you wrote, and what was it meant to imply?
So in 2004, I was then working at the Hair Club for Men in Los Angeles,
Mm-hmm.
and I took the initiative to take my health back.
Take your health
So
back.
I started training,
Oh,
meaning take my health back, get into shape.
okay. Wait. Before we get into that, tell us about your health journey real quickly.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
In 2018, I had gotten pneumonia from the Paradise fires here in California.
Mm-hmm.
And
From the fire in California, that big fire.
Yes, the Paradise.
Mm-hmm.
And I was hospitalized for 8 days.
Mm-hmm.
When I was released, I had a nose drip. And I thought that it was just the remnants from pneumonia. Well, a month later, my nose was still dripping. This led into 2019. I was hospitalized November 18. So the drip led into 2019.
Wow.
I saw a primary doctor, and they prescribed me medication for severe allergy. I am not a medication person.
Mm-hmm.
After 2 weeks of taking the medication and nothing happened, I grew suspicious. I then started collecting the fluid coming out of my nose. I took it to the hospital, and I demanded that they tested it. They tested it, and I had a CSF brain leak.
Oh, now, break that down. What is that?
Our brain and our spine floats in cerebral fluid. So the spine sends fluid to our brain, and this fluid our brain sits in. Our brain is not just in our skull.
Mm-hmm.
It's floating in fluid. So the fluid that the brain is floating in was coming out of my nose.
Coming out your nose?
Yes.
Wow,
The
okay.
doctors told me it was snot
Mm-hmm.
and put me on medication.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes.
I didn't believe that.
Okay.
And so I took it upon myself to be my own advocate for my own health. Doctors are practitioners. I'm going to help you practice.
Yes. Yes. So, they tell us, that you go to the doctor, but you also should be responsible for your own health care as well. You should understand yourself.
Absolutely.
Talk about that. Go ahead and continue, please.
We should be responsible for our own health because here's the thing. There are racial disparities in the hospitals today.
Better say that
And I've
again.
heard of
Wait. Better say that there is what?
Racial disparities.
Oh, my God. Can't believe you said that.
Yes, and I've heard it, but I have never experienced it until recently. So what happens is we as black people, I don't care what anyone says, we have a different DNA makeup. I'm sorry. We are not made like white people. We are not made like Asians. We are not made like Mexicans.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so the doctors try to treat everybody like cookie cutter. It's a cookie cutter machine. No, we are not all the same. Look at your hands right now. You see your fingerprints?
Yes.
No one on this earth is walking with your fingerprints.
Wow.
That means that you are tailor-made. Tailor-made. That means that your blessings are made for you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Everything in this life physical experience is for you. So we're different. So they tried to treat me like a cookie-cutter patient, and I am not. And I showed them that.
Now, again, just so the people who are just tuning in can know who I'm speaking to, would you tell them again who you are and where you're speaking from?
I am Stacy Hogue, and I am speaking all the way from Oakland, California.
Talk to him, baby. Talk to him, young lady. Yes. Mm-hmm. Truth to power is what you're doing. Go ahead. Go right ahead.
Truth to power. So I basically ruffled their feathers by bringing in fluid from the outside because no one has ever heard of anybody bringing fluid or something for the doctors to sample or test from the outside.
Yes.
So imagine they were really talking about me.
Mm-hmm.
But I ended up having emergency surgery. The first surgery was unsuccessful, so I had to see a specialist at UCSF in San Francisco. And at that time, I had a second surgery, and it was successful. And here I am on the phone with you right now
Yes.
in
Yes.
2022.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. Wonderful. Because you decided that you were going to take your own self, take care of yourself, that is, observe what is happening, and then make them see the results that your research showed you.
Yes.
Showed you what was happening, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Yes,
now,
that's
Stacy.
exactly what happened.
Now, Stacy, real quickly, and then we're going to move on.
Mm-hmm.
back in the 70s, the reports in Oakland, California was Oakland had the highest infant mortality. Black women had the highest infant mortality rate. Period. And I and another guy created a program called DMS, Touch Tone Adhesion Aerobic Movement Series for your cardiovascular care. It was all one word like that because people had never heard of what we were doing. And it was designed fitness for black women to help them strengthen their bodies so that the infant mortality rate would somewhat go down, make them more adjusting to understand about their bodies. So we did the creative fitness dance aerobics is what it was. We were one of the pioneers in terms of actually making it successful. Because during that time, women was complaining because the people were doing it like in the military or like in athletics, or just coaching, etc. We came across with another system that just blew up, and I took it to another level, and then I became with Golden Venus, and Golden Venus gave me.
I remember them.
Yeah,
my mother was a member there.
They gave me. I bought in the program, Golden Venus Figure Salon. I was the Golden Venus person.
It was an MB Mall, right?
Yes, and then we went to actually buying the figure salon, and because I was the Golden Venus Venusizer, then we bought it, and it became Joneser-size.
Yeah.
Because again, it was all about for black women, but all women. I had people come from all around, as you know, from all over. Bypassing the big places and et cetera, coming to my location, Joneser-size.
Yes.
It was just, we'll talk about that some other time, but.
So that song that I sent you, Burn It.
Yes.
We got to revise it.
So that's the song that next week when I come in, I'm going to, you don't have a little clip of it, do you?
I do have a clip of it, but it's in my email.
Well, don't worry, because next week I'll come in. Next week when I talk to you again, I have it clipped so people can see what the future is going to be. When I talk about the fact that you submitted it to me and said, Billy, you still call me Mr. Jones.
Yes.
Would I put together a video to your song? And I've talked to my partner, Miss Michelle Broughton, who's not here today because she works for Miss Waters, the city council person at large, Miss Mary Waters, and Miss Mary Waters don't play. She got him out there working.
Okay.
So we're going to collaborate, and we're going to put together a video for the world to your song, Burn It. And, so like I said, we can't come back. And people say, Billy, can you come back and bring Joneser-size? And I say, listen, I talked to my dad, and he says, Billy, you can't do that. You were a different person. Your body was a different person. I say, Dad, I can do it. He says, well, give them something fresh. So that's what we're going to do, give you a fresh version that Michelle Broughton and I will collaborate and give you something that people have never seen before.
Awesome.
So tell us real quickly, what is your thoughts about fitness?
My thoughts about
and I got about 4 or 5 more minutes before we're going to have to leave you, but I want you to understand this. This is the way we're going to bring you back at least once or twice a month, because there's other skills that I want to take time to talk to you about. I want the world to know the things that you're doing, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Tell us your thoughts about fitness.
Fitness is imperative. We know that 80% is diet, 20% is exercise. And so when we know that, we know we have to change our diets and eat a balanced diet. But fitness keeps your heart, like you said, your cardiovascular system going. And I think that sometimes people stop themselves because they feel like they need a gym, and that's not true. You can get up, you can walk around your block. As a matter of fact, when we get off the phone, I'm going to do my 2-mile walk.
Okay.
I walk from Oakland to Emeryville. For those of you who don't know, Emeryville is the sister city going north of Oakland.
Mm-hmm.
And I walk 2.5 miles a day, and I'm fit.
Yes, you are. I see you.
Can I afford a gym membership?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Did I have a gym membership? Yes. After COVID, I just felt like I wanted to do my own thing outside the gym.
Mm-hmm.
So what I want to say to people listening is that you don't need a gym to exercise. You can do it right in the comfort of your own home.
Just need that motivation. And so we're going to tie that when we start doing the video and get it out and do those things.
Yeah.
We're going to try to talk to you about how to do some coaching virtual. You know, 'cause you can take me to another whole total different level. I know you can. I've seen it. And I said, I got to hook into her.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Well, if folks want to talk to you or more or hear more from you, is there a number or something they can contact you about?
Yes, I have a number,
Mm-hmm.
and I can give my social media
Please do.
contact.
Please do.
Okay, well, on Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
I am at Stacy, Stacy,
Mm-hmm.
Ahogg. That's Stacy A. Hogue
Mm-hmm.
on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
On Facebook, you can find me, Stacy Ardrian Hogue.
Mm-hmm.
That's my full government name
Okay.
and stage name.
Okay.
My phone number is area code 818
Mm-hmm.
422
Mm-hmm.
4174.
And for
Mention Jones Beat Radio when you call.
all right. You mean speak on Talk Beat Jones?
Talk Beats Jones.
And remember, this is television. You know, folks be saying radio. I be saying, this is not radio. This is television. However, we do go over the radio. We go over all the social medias. But, you know, I like to hear TV. Last question.
TV.
Yeah, the last thing that I want to say is for folks who have hair problems, who've lost their hair through cancer treatments and feel that, you know, all they can do is wear the wigs, etc., which is their hair. But if they're looking for something different or some advice, etc., can you help them out?
Yes, I can.
Call what number?
Area code 818
Mm-hmm.
422
Mm-hmm.
4174. And then if they are having problems with losing hair, they can go to my page on Instagram and look at my work. That is at XO_hair replacement.
Okay. And listen, we're going to have you back again and just love you, just love you, just love you. And there's so much that we're going to do, okay?
Okay.
All right. We love you, Stacey.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, this is going to be a regular.
Awesome.
All right. Thank you, babe.
Okay.
Bye-bye. I can't go anywhere without saying about this. And we're going to get ready to go to commercial break, I'm sure, but I want to slip this in. This lemon burn that you see right here, you're going to see the commercial. That commercial is going to feature the owner of the station, Mr. R.J. For folks who see that commercial, see, who's that guy, R.J.? He is the owner. He is the mastermind to all that you're seeing that's coming out of the TV 33, out of this station, the network. Watkins Broadcasting, that's the guy. He's not just some guy that's on the, or some guy you hear the voice. He's the man. He is the man. So when he's talking about the lemon burn and to get it, you're talking about someone who's creditable. And then you also want to see the fact that he is a star maker. Lawanda, she is the star of Fake Friends. To see that show, the reality show, it comes on from 6 to 8 on Wednesdays. Check it out, but check the commercial out as well. And believe me, this works. When Michelle Broughton is back, I'll let her tell you about the results she got with it. Be back after the commercials. You wouldn't have to go anywhere because this is the Talk Beat Jones.
Hi, this is LaWanda.
This is R.J. Watkins.
Coming to you to bring you some information about the #1 detox in the nation, Lemon Burn. Lemon Burn helps to turn the fat into fit. It's for you, a happier, healthier you. Because you know healthy is the new beautiful. An all-natural way to improve your health. It promotes a healthy digestive system, attacks and reduces belly fat, as well as gives you energy. Need to get yours today. Call 313-868-6612.
Don't forget to exercise and eat right.
I'm Wayne County Treasurer Eric Sabri. We are continuing to struggle through difficult times with a global pandemic, now in its 3rd year. If you have delinquent property taxes for tax years 2019 or prior, you must be enrolled and current in a payment plan by March 14th or paid in full by March 31st to avoid foreclosure. There are payment plans available to help save your property. Visit our website at treasurer.waynecounty.com or email us at taxinfo@waynecounty.com for further information. We're here to help.
Justice for Mario Willis. Truth. Facts. Evidence. Matter. Log into justiceformariowillis.com. Read for yourself.
We at Watkins Broadcasting care about the health and safety of our viewers and listeners. During this novel coronavirus pandemic, please protect yourself and others. Wash your hands well and often. Avoid touching your face. Cough and sneeze into your sleeve. Practice social distancing. Stay at least 6 feet away from others when in public and only leave the house when it's essential. Stay safe. You are important to us.
You wouldn't have to go anywhere because this is the Talk Beat Jones. Again, it's the Talk Beat Jones. Remember, we're on the air every Wednesday from 10 to 11. And before I go any further, I want to thank the Minister Malik Shabazz. Minister Malik Shabazz has programs on the station, of course, from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. And the program is the Teacher's Lounge, which is an outreach from the Get Up Stand Up program. And he has the time slot from 8 to 10, which the minister is here on Saturdays. And also, he has Dr. Convence, who comes in from 11 to 12 on Saturday as well. And I was really honored to be able to stand in for the minister this past whatever Saturday would be when you're watching this, and from 8 to 10. And I was really honored that he felt that I could come back and do the program from 11 to 12. And I want to thank Mr. R.J. Jr. for doing such a wonderful, great job. And I want to thank Mr. Tim Smith for doing such a great job during the week with me on Wednesdays. Just want to give the love, family. That's what it is. It's a family here. We do our thing. We have our ups, we have our downs, we have our side, we have our moves. But it's love that makes the world go around. That's what we try to operate here at the station. Real quickly, you heard Stacy talk about Let It Burn. Well, when we come back with the video that I'm going to be a part of, when I say a part, because Michelle Broughton will be also part of the collaboration, and we both will be fueled by this liquid biocell, that liquid biocell that you first was introduced as Jasuru. And I want to dedicate this program, and in fact, I want to dedicate this year to my mentor on television and all the things he's done for me over the years. Mr. the late, great, the mouth of the South, Mr. J.D. Hill. I'm here. He sponsored me 5 to 6 days a week on this station for many, 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 many years. So from this point, sometimes, yes, thank you, my brother. So this is the liquid biocell, and you'll be able to purchase it if you want by contacting me, and I will be able to get the biocell to you. I know some people say, I can't afford it. Well, you call me, you talk to me, and I'll show you how through Mr. J.D. Hill's spirit, thank you, through Mr. J.D. Hill's spirit, that I have the type of heart to work with you. And if you need some coaching to help you with your situation, I will help you with that as well. Now, we're coming across and going into the process where people are looking at the politics. My partner is not here because, of course, that's her area. But I'll say this. If you're interested in your politics and you're trying to get yourself going, you or your manager can call, you can talk with me. And this invitation goes out to all persons. It's not this person or that person, so you have that choice. If you decide that you're not a person and want to talk, don't talk. If you're a person that want to talk and you have someone that you want to talk about, then you're able to do that within a certain time frame. So we want everyone to understand that all of you, and I have it on tape that I'm saying this, all of you have the ability to call and talk about your candidate, or you as a candidate can talk about what qualifies you. And you can also email me so I can have some understanding at bj46978@gmail.com. Give me that information so that I may have questions or may have some comments. And yes, when you call in with your candidate or yourself, believe me this, I'm not a person that just will sit here and let you just say anything. I will question you. So do not believe that when you call and you will be able to just throw anything out and it's going to be okay. So let me go to the telephone lines now and see who we have. Caller, this is the Talk Beat Jones. I am Billy E. Jones, and you're welcome to speak.
Good morning, Billy.
Good morning. How are you?
This is former
Deputy Chief.
Deputy Chief.
This Deputy Chief?
Yes, sir.
Hello. How you doing, Deputy Chief?
I'm great. Look, thank you for the opportunity to announce Sharon Mcphail for a signature petition to run for the U.S. Congress, Michigan 13th Congressional District. And right now, she needs volunteers to help collect signatures.
Okay.
I'm the founder and president of Detroiters United LLC. We support and endorse Sharon Mcphail for Congress.
No.
And we're asking for those Detroiters that know Sharon Mcphail, know her rich history of fighting for the interests of the people. We ask that you support her for Congress.
Now, let me do this because when we say for those who know the rich history of Sharon Mcphail, I'm going to digress and say that many folks do not know the history of Sharon Mcphail.
Okay.
And I say that because you've lost a lot of people. We've lost a tremendous amount of people, especially through the years that would have been there during Sharon Mcphail's time that she was doing all of these particulars. And some of the things she did was behind the scenes. And I got some information, and I'm hearing people talk about things that are happening. And I want to question real quickly, when they talk about returning citizens and people are taking credit for returning citizens, how did that originate? And did Sharon Mcphail have anything to do with that?
Yes. Sharon Mcphail created a program for returning citizens when she was in the prosecutor's office back in the day, in the early, I think it was 90s, mid-90s or whatever. So a lot of people that's running around now talking about expungement as if they were first. No, Sharon Mcphail was the one that came out with that.
So she,
among other things.
Okay. Now, when we talk about our youth, we talk about the summer, the schools. I mean, the jobs that the young folks can come and go to have jobs during the summer. Where did that originate from?
That originated from Sharon Mcphail when she was on council, and I believe before she was on council, but once she got on council, she took the program even further. There was training for nurses and other fields. And right today, you hear her former students and folk who benefited from her pushing that training program. They thank her for changing their lives.
Now, I believe I'm reading in terms of going through some stuff that when we talk about families losing their homes, foreclosures, etc., what position or what did Sharon Mcphail do to help folks not lose their homes, and how did she originate this program?
Well, Sharon, again, when she was on council, there were things that she's done. She settled cases where the Detroit homeowners lost homes and did not get the required compensation, forcing the city to provide equivalent homes. Matter of fact, I believe it was Judge Mary Beth Kelly that agreed with Sharon Mcphail that Detroiters were wrongly done. They lost their homes in a manner that wasn't in the interest of the people. And by Sharon Mcphail being Sharon Mcphail, fighting for the interest of the people, those decisions of foreclosure was reversed.
Now, going back in the day, for those folks who are younger, who are hearing the name, let's see, what was the mayor's name back in the day? Coleman Young?
Honorable Coleman A. Young.
Now, this is the person that everyone still to this day is always speaking about how great Coleman, the Honorable Mayor Coleman Young, and the things he did for this city, and the things he did for the city that are still lasting, and his love for this city, and his imprint that he put out for this city. And as people talk about having a person groomed, or it's a person that you can say, I feel that this is the next best person that's ready to take my place. I've watched them, I've seen them, I've collaborated with them, and to the people, whom was it that Coleman Young desired to be the next mayor back in the day?
Sharon Mcphail.
So Coleman Young, the Honorable Coleman Young, not the other groups, not the other people, not the other people get behind microphones and talk the talk. The man himself, Honorable Coleman Young, put his strength, put his weight, put his ideas behind Sharon Mcphail.
Not only that, Billy, but in addition, he gave her $500,000 for her campaign.
So he was all in.
Yes.
Okay. So what I'd like to do is I'm going to do some more research, and like I said, I invite other folks to call in and submit to me again at bj46978 at gmail. Submit to me the positions that you've taken, the experiences that you've had, and some accomplishments, so that I'll have an idea and we can have a discussion. So, Mr. Former Deputy Chief,
Yes,
I'd like to have you call back. And has she received any endorsements or anyone today trying to help her out?
Oh, absolutely, Billy. Sharon just recently received endorsement of the Michigan Democratic Party Black Caucus for the 13th Congressional District. And so that's just a start.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't mind, Billy, I'd like to invite you and the listening audience to engage with Sharon Mcphail this Thursday on Strictly Detroit.
Well, why don't you do this? Rather than date it, let them know how to contact you so they can get the information, so that I don't date my show that way.
Okay.
Give them the information.
Well, if you want to engage with Sharon Mcphail, you can contact Detroiters United LLC at 313-399-8290.
Okay. Well, listen, it was wonderful chatting with you, and great to hear the information. And again, I invite others who may have candidates or maybe a candidate to call. Let's talk. But again, send me some information so I can have some thoughts on it. But again, we appreciate you calling, Deputy Chief, and looking very much forward to hearing more from you and about that candidate and other information in the political world, okay?
Okay, and again, thank you for the opportunity to make the announcement, Billy.
I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you very much. And send my love to Miss Sharon Mcphail, please.
I will.
Thank you, sir. Bye now.
Take care.
And family, you too can call me at 868-313, excuse me, doing it backwards. Should be, thank you, Tim, 313-868-4336. That's the number of my choice to answer. Once again, look at your dial, redial 313-868-4336. That is the line that is open. So if you're doing another line, hang up, call the number, follow the instructions. 313-868-4336 is the number that I'm dealing with, okay? So family, you see, it's getting that time. But Miss Michelle Broughton, who is working on the councilperson Mary Waters. Councilperson is the councilperson at large. And they're out there working hard. They're knocking on them doors. They're getting you the information. They're not just sitting back listening to someone talk on a microphone or answering the telephones. They're out there walking, doing the job. So I'm going to say it again to the person that's trying to get in. Hang up the phone and call me and dial 313-868-4336. Don't be stuck. Follow the idea that I'm giving to you as to how I'm operating. Okay? So, family, when we are looking at this war, and I'm listening to the people, we are having this gamemanship. And when we're looking at people talking, I'm listening to people talking, and you calling him Joe, to call him Joe Biden, which is an undercurrent of disrespect. His name is President Joe Biden. And as I'm going through parts of Detroit, we talked about the gas going up. I'm seeing the gas prices going down in areas. The thing is, remember what your President Trump was doing when he was taking you out of NATO, taking this country out of NATO. Do you realize that if the United States was not a part of NATO, do you understand where this world would be at this point with Putin, who is your president of past time, Donald Trump, do you realize where we would be? And I'm not speaking about just the world, but let us just take a moment, black folks and people of color, and let's look at what was happening in our country. Yes, around the world, you can hear this. What was happening in the United States of America to black folks, and you look at what is happening still today, as the people are all focused on the war and the pricing and other things that was left over from whom? Your past president. So where are we going? What is it? How are we being set up for the elections? Think about it. Think of real seriously about it. Think about where we would be had we had Donald Trump as the president at this time, with the things that Putin is doing, his buddy. Just think about that. Caller, you're live. Okay. Okay. So the line is open at 313-868-4336. And again, I asked the question, where would we be in America if we had Donald Trump as our president? You're live, caller. Okay, gamemanship. So the question was again, where would we be if Donald Trump was our president? And I realized in listening to the radio shows and watching some of the television shows and etc., we realized that we have folks out there that are still his minions that call in the shows, tampering with the shows, doing the particular things, and etc. And that's okay. That's okay. Because again, the question that I want us to understand, do not take your eye off the prize, which is your future for your family and the present for you today. We have to still stay vigilant in working towards making sure that you're going to be able to vote and also understand how to dissect the things that people are saying to undercut your President Joe Biden. I say your President Joe Biden because by the election, the certified election, he is your president, whether you voted for him or not. I know we're going to catch the flack, and that's okay. I got a flak jacket on. It's okay. But I want folks to understand, do not be deceived by all of this other stuff that's going on. You're being hoodwinked.
My call dropped.
No, your call is not dropping. You're dropping. So if you want to talk, you can talk. Now you don't want to.
Okay, well.
You're talking.
Yes, I was talking. No, now my phone is there. The devil is alive. The devil is still.
I don't know. I have no idea what you're talking about. If you can't talk clear about something, do not come in quoting biblical structures without giving me something to deal with, okay?
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm talking about my son, Stephen, that was hit and killed by a hit-and-run driver. But my phone, the call dropped.
Listen. I do not want to hear about a phone drop. You continue to hang up, okay? And I don't have the time to play with the idea. I don't know anything about you.
I'm not playing, sir. I'm not trying to play with you. I'm trying to talk.
Listen, I'm going to tell you this.
Thank you for your time. Thank you
got
for
3
your
minutes.
time. I'm going to hang up.
Okay, that's okay. That's fine. Family, during the time that you have the emotions that you're going through, and I can see that the young lady has a lot of emotions, a lot of pain, a lot of upsetness, but I'm sitting here and I'm watching my telephones, and I see the phone And I hit the phone, and the phone didn't say anything, and she stated on the air, my phone is dropping, and she was on the air. And when you come in and you're making a statement that is not known to what you're talking about, you're not speaking to someone in your living room that you've been talking with. This is television. We're going around the world, and I wish that you would talk. And if you want to speak, please talk. That's what I'm here for you to be able to talk, to answer your pain. I deal with Minister Malik Shabazz, and he deals with persons who have sons and daughters who have been hit and run and murdered and killed, people who have been murdered straight up, people who have been kidnapped and taken away and don't know where they are. So we have that heart. But remember this, if we don't know what you're talking about, if you don't have the time to explain what you're talking about, you can't just come out just shouting. It's not a fire drill. You got to be taking some time to talk. And that's what it's about. Talk, Beat Jones. We do love you. We do appreciate you coming to the telephone and calling. And remember, by the way, the minister's program, I just have to say it again because I'm just so appreciative that he chose me to do his programs on Saturday from when he's not available. He has Leslie in the Teacher's Lounge from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. He is there from 8 to 10. And he also has Dr. Convince from 11 to 12 on Saturdays. And he's also on that Superstation 910 from 11 to 1. But remember, this liquid biocell, I tell you, it is so great. It is so great. And if you've got aches, you got pains, you got different situations, they say, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a practitioner, but yes, from the 1970s, healthcare has been my particular art. That's my art, healthcare. I want to be your healthcare person. We're going to do it with the Jones and Michelle Broughton doing our video to the song that Miss Stacy wrote, Burn, Burn It, Let It Burn. Gotta go. Be here on Wednesdays from 10 to 11. See you soon. Bye now. You wouldn't have to go anywhere because this is the Talk Beat Jones.